Hi, everyone. This is Sebastian Traeger. I'm the managing director with Reliability, and we are back with another episode of Reliability 4.0. As always, we're on a mission to make the world a more reliable place. And today I'm thrilled to be joined with a special guest, Rhasean Taylor. Sean serves as a reliability engineering manager at Honeywell. He is coming from Louisiana, and we are just excited to have him. Sean, thank you for joining us. We appreciate you being here.
Thank you for having me, Sebastian. My pleasure.
So to kick us off a little bit, tell us a little bit about your company, Honeywell. I think probably a lot of people know it, but we'd love to hear it from you, and then your role within the company.
So Honeywell is a very diversified company, different divisions within the umbrella of Honeywell. I think it's diversified in such a way that it ensures future success and profitability for shareholders. It's a very team-oriented organization, and happy to be part of it. So I've been pleased. Yes.
And then your role specifically within Honeywell.
Yeah, my role is the reliability and mechanical integrity manager for the Geismar facility. Primary production there is HF facility, HF acid and refrigerants. So we make a large slate of products. Definitely safety is of the utmost importance, and we maintain the fixed equipment, the rotating equipment, corrosion, and NDE and RBI assets at the facility. The main goal is to deliver asset integrity and unit availability, and oversee the budget, ensuring that we hit the targets, have a safe and reliable operating facility. And we basically look at the risk register, like the top 10 bad actor lists, according to the site strategic planning efforts. Organization-wise, it's about 9 direct reports, 43 indirects.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, so decent sized organization.
Well, I want to drill into that a little bit more, but before I do, I always like to ask folks, what do you do outside of work? It's always great just to put a little bit of, get to know folks a little bit better besides just what they do. What do you like to do outside of work?
Yeah, great question. I'm married for 17 years now, 3 beautiful teenage children. We love to travel, sightsee, have family dinners, spend time together, and kind of with extended family members. General passion for leading people, coaching, mentoring. So I'm active in the community, and I like to just be a servant leader both at home and at work. And hobby is I'm an avid scuba diver. So outside of work, I'm a certified dive master, rescue diver, underwater photographer, and technical diver. So those are things that I enjoy doing.
What is one of the most, you mentioned you like to travel and scuba. What is one of the more interesting places you've gotten to scuba dive?
I'd say one of the more interesting places, two top of my list was Belize, very beautiful, very high visibility, and in the Mediterranean. That was a great experience. So definitely 2 of my top.
What a great hobby. What a great thing to be good at. I think everyone's probably like wishing they were you at this point and had a chance to do that. And then just, you mentioned you're kind of the reliability engineer there. What is your kind of origin story? How did you get into the field? What kind of got you where you are?
Yeah, so I got here by obtaining, BS in mechanical engineering from Southern University in Baton Rouge, applying that theoretical knowledge I obtained in the classroom to the field to obtain practical experience in providing safe, low-cost solutions to improve asset availability for various owner-operators across the country. I then decided to focus my career on fixed equipment reliability, mechanical integrity, and risk-based inspections as an individual contributor. So I felt the need to obtain my API certifications. So I obtained my API 510, 570, 653, and 580 certifications, and then kind of honed my skill set solving complex problems in the refining, petrochemical, and specialty chemical sectors. At which time I later moved into management around 2009, 2010, and decided to improve upon my business acumen and obtain an MBA with concentration in finance and accounting as a people leader. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you've gone deep in both the engineering side and the business side.
Yes.
In what you're doing. Okay.
Yes, sir. Definitely.
You're a man of many talents. Add that to the scuba diving. I feel like there's something you could do with all three of those. Well, let's drill down a little bit more into your work. You touched on this a little bit. Some of the goals. Almost everybody we talk to, we try to ask about KPIs and goals that they have. And without getting into specific numbers, what are kind of high level kind of buckets of goals that you all organize your work around?
Yeah, that's a great question. As I think on that, I'll say, it's tough to pinpoint one, but in my opinion and experience in regards to reliability, key process indicators that are leading in nature versus lagging indicators are more valuable to the customer. For example, operations, process, and maintenance organizations to prevent unplanned events. So this type of performance measurement, offers insight into future performance and predictability. So I like to say some of our focuses are on preventative maintenance, PM compliance, vibration monitoring, and oil analysis for rotating equipment, and thickness monitoring used to determine remaining life of fixed assets. We utilize to, proactively perform maintenance on a condition base rather than react. So those are some of the key things that we try and hone in on from a KPI standpoint.
Okay, that's good. That's really helpful. And related a little bit to that, so what are kind of some of the top priorities or challenges that you're facing now as, in your role or in your leadership?
Yeah, Sebastian, one of the top challenges I think the industry as a whole is currently facing is the gap in the available skilled and competent labor needed to execute the approved capital expenditure projects, special emphasis programs, and routine work in the refining and petrochemical industry. There's been a big gap in tradespersons available with that mid to senior level experience, and so we're working closely with the local community colleges and sourcing agencies to source these needs and fill those gaps. So that's one of the biggest challenges I've seen across many industries today.
And so kind of a couple follow-ons to that. What do you think is like the root cause of that? Like, why are there fewer? And then secondly, can robots supply any of those roles? I'm just curious the kind of like why less people out there and yeah, what?
Yeah. I think I grew up in the 80s, and it was just such a big push. Go to college, get a degree, and I think we kind of got away from, for a couple of decades, encouraging high school students to take trades and to pursue skilled labor positions like millwrighting, pipe fitting, instrumentation, and electrical. And we're starting to see it kind of turn around again, where these types of programs are being offered in the high school level. welding programs and industrial technology programs are being offered here locally in Louisiana more prevalently than they were, 15, 20 years ago. So I think that contributed to it. And
yeah, that
go ahead.
Which makes a lot of sense. I mean, I do think, just that was kind of felt like the only option, college, and in college is definitely the right decision for a good number of people, but it's certainly not for everybody.
That's right.
And I think especially the skilled trades that you're describing are really well-paying jobs and ones that you can actually almost get paid to learn, as opposed to college where you're kind of going down before you go up. So I think even from a financial perspective, I think people are realizing the goal is not college. The goal is like a livelihood at the end of that. College is potentially a step in between, but maybe it's not. So that's a good insight.
Yeah. And to the second part of your questions, we are utilizing robots and technology to do inspections, to take thickness readings. A lot of times we'll use robot crawlers that have the capability of doing ultrasound testing on our tanks, on our larger vessels. So it reduces the need for scaffolding, it reduces the time, and it provides a massive amount of data that can be analyzed and crunched to be able to provide better solutions. So we're definitely doing that. And with Honeywell being a innovative company, they've supported the use of where it's safe to do so.
That's great. It's neat. Obviously it's not going to solve everything. You're always going to need people, but it is interesting to see. And I think about that with technology in general. There's like technology should enable people to do their work better. In some cases, fully offload it. In other cases, just supplement. Kind of speaking on that technology, what kind of technology tools do you see as indispensable in your work? What do you say? What would you say? Like, I couldn't live without these tools.
As a reliability expert and subject matter expert in mechanical integrity, I think the utilization of the available modules in the implemented IDMS, which are like GE APM, PCMS, those types of softwares are underrated and principle when focusing on mechanical integrity. Such models inside of these IDMS that RBDs or reliability block diagrams, etc. Also, available data in your CMMS, your computerized maintenance management system, like SAP Maximo, is proven to be indispensable when data mining.
Good. Yeah. So systems that are going to be able to track data and allow you to analyze it.
Yes.
Of course, our company is kind of experts at root cause analysis. So we always like to ask our guests, where does root cause analysis fit within their workflow or their process, and how important is it? So for you at Honeywell, how important is root cause analysis, and where does it fit in that workflow?
Simple and sweet. RCAs are 100% invaluable. It's imperative that we understand the why behind the failure so that we can proactively respond, develop and implement preventative and corrective actions so that we can avoid, mitigate recurrences. We utilize Sologic, which is a web-based tool to perform our more complex root cause analysis. We also utilize the 5 why methodology, and for simpler things that can be addressed with that tool. But in our day-to-day work, we're digging in to try and really understand what are the root causes, what are the contributing causes, and how do you break that chain so that it doesn't happen again.
Good. So it does sound like definitely a tool that is still important to you all that you
Oh
guys are
yeah.
utilizing in your work.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Looking ahead in terms of innovation, when you think about AI, I'd love to hear any, like whether you think it's hype or whether you think it's real, and any specific benefits that you've maybe already seen from it.
You know, two things about that. You know, initially, you know, I was a little skeptical, to be honest, of AI and its capabilities, but we've come around and seen major advancements in utilizing AI to mine data from legacy documents that may or may not be electronically formatted. And so that's one area that, you know, finding huge successes. The challenge, I think, with AI may be the necessary computing power. So that's the only concern that I have, that I need to research a bit more to understand, you know, how much electricity and energy it for these types of computing systems that are capable of doing this, you know, because I want to always be cognizant of the carbon footprint at the end of the day.
Yeah, that's good. Well, and just so I heard you correctly, you mentioned using AI to mine non-digital. Does that mean you digitize it and then use AI, or how do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll basically scan it in, you know, some legacy files. You scan it in, and then you use AI to extract the pertinent data, like design pressure, design temperature, basically converting paper copies of U1 forms or manufactured data sheets so that it's searchable in an electronic format, and putting that stuff in the database has proven very useful.
That's very interesting. That's a great application. You know, kind of brings new life to those documents that you may have had, but just thought
Right.
it's too difficult to do anything with. I always like to kind of give our guests kind of one final word. So what's kind of one thing about your job, your field, your expertise that you think other reliability engineers need to hear? Kind of one, if you were to impart wisdom on them, what's that one thing you would give them?
You know, as mentioned previously, it's all about safety and risk mitigation. And so, you know, I think that's first and foremost in the industry. But the one thing that I would say is to continue to learn, never stop investing in yourself, be eager to embrace new technologies as they emerge, and always trust but verify.
That's good. Good final word. I love that idea of, you know, leaning into new technology, not to like buy into the hype, but use it and kind of figure out what benefits are and how you can incorporate them. That's great. Well, thanks so much, Sean. It's been great speaking with you, and really appreciate it. Again, we've been talking to Rhasean Taylor. He is with Honeywell, serves as a reliability engineering manager, and thank you for all your insights. And for all the listeners who tuned in, again, you know that we're all about helping engineers and really anybody take steps to really using technology in their day-to-day work, and specifically around reliability. So if you're, you know, obviously our company helps you with RCA training, resources, materials. If that's something you need help with, please check out reliability.com. If you're looking to dig deeper into RCAs and have a software application, our software, Easy RCA, could be just the thing for you to check out. So that's all we have today, folks, but appreciated you joining us. And thank you for being on the journey with us to make the world a more reliable place. We will see you on the next episode of Reliability 4.0. Thanks again, Sean.
Awesome. Thank you, Sebastian.
All right.